Hello and welcome to another Microsoft Excel accounting spreadsheet tutorial where we're going to show you how to make a template for a ledger. So we're just going to look at my ledger. We've got a section for assets, we've got a section for liabilities, and a section for owner's equity, and those would all fit under a balance sheet. We've got a section for revenue, and we've got a section for expenses. In each of these, we have 3 T accounts. So we'll start off by making the T accounts. You will also notice that some of them are named because they're almost always used, and then some are just left blank for you to name later when you're using them, because people have different revenue accounts, different expense accounts, and so on. So let's get started. We're going to leave 2 spots at the top, 2 rows at the top, and 2 columns on the left, and we're going to start making our T accounts. So you're going to go over to Microsoft Excel, open up your templates ledger, templates Excel spreadsheet if you don't already have one, and make a new spreadsheet. So I've already got one, but I'm going to make a ledger 2. So you hit the plus sign to give yourself a new sheet, you double click to get into it, and then you can rename it. I'm going to leave 2 rows and I'm going to leave 2 columns. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to start off by merging and centering. So the merge and center is right here. And then I'm just going to type cash. And then I'm going to go right here and I'm going to go to the borders and I'm going to choose a top border. Now the reason I chose the top border is because I didn't select cash, I selected the 4 below. You could have went here and selected a bottom border, either way. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to go for 8 rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 rows, and then I'll do an inside border or a left border. And there's a T account. Then I'm going to go Control C, I'm going to leave a space, go Control V, leave a space, and go Control V. Now, then I'm just going to check how much space I left. In between, we're going to leave 2 rows, and then I'm going to make 3 more. So what I'll do is I'll take these and copy these, Control C, leave 2, go Control V, leave 2, go Control V, leave 2, go Control V, and leave 2 rows and go Control V. Now, then we can start renaming some of them. Like this is going to be, not always, but almost always you have a accounts receivable. And then it gets different from there. Now, if you needed a 4th, you would just go like this, Control C, and then click here and go Control V, but we won't bother. All right, then we've got our liabilities, and we've almost always got accounts payable, and then it really varies from there. So I'm gonna delete and delete that so that we can rename them. Then we've got our name, comma, capital. So that's the capital of the owner. So this is the owner's equity section. And then we've got name, comma, drawings. And we usually don't have a 3rd in here, but we'll leave that blank. Then we've got our revenue section, which that can really vary, so we'll just leave all of those blank. And then we've got our expenses section, so these really vary, so we'll leave all of these blank. Now, let's now go here, and we're going to say merge and center, and I'm going to go name ledger. So the company name, or maybe we'll call that company name. And then I'm going to highlight that and make that bold. Now, we're then going to highlight all of this. Sorry, we're going to highlight all of this, and I'm going to merge and center, and I'm going to type assets. Now that doesn't fit very well, so what we want to do is write the assets this way. So I'm going to right click, format cells, go alignment, bring that to either 90 either way, and then I'll say OK, and then we can afford to bump that up. And in fact, and then we've got a section here we're going to merge and center, and we're going to say right click, format cells, bring it to here, and we're actually going to go vertical center, which is kind of what I forgot to do there, and we can bump that up to 20 like we did over here. I think, no, 22. And this one, right click, format cells, vertical center. Then we've got a section here. I'm going to merge and center, right click, format cells, bring it up to 90, and this is the equity section. Oh, that's not good. I was supposed to go to here. Then we've got this whole section from here to here is we want to talk about which report it goes on. So I'm going to merge and center, right click, format cells, change that to center, say OK, change that to 22, and we'll type balance sheet. Now we're going to fill it with a color, and then we're going to fill that with a color, and I guess we can fill both of those with that same color. So there you have the three different sections of the balance sheet. Now when we get to here, and this is the revenue section. This is the expenses section. And then this the income statement. And then we'll take all of those and we'll right click, format cells. I was holding down the control key to select specific cells, and I'll go format cells, choose vertical center, okay, and then I'll also choose 22. Now, the next thing we've got to do, in fact, let's make this bigger too. The next thing we've got to do is we've got to format these columns. First, we'll do the cash rows. So I'm going to hold the control key and I'm going to drag down, and you'll notice I take the second column because date goes here, cash goes here. So I'm going to select all the second ones with the control key held down. So that's that one. Now I'm going to go right click, format cells, accounting, 2 decimal places, and the dollar sign. You can, in some instances, report forms don't want the dollar sign showing, so you can ask it to be none, but we're going to leave it on there. And then we're going to say okay. You can't see any difference because you got nothing in there. But for example, if I put $789 and I hit enter, it would be $789. I'm just going to delete that, leave that blank. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, highlight the first one, then I hold the control key, and now we're doing all the date columns. And now I would right click, format cells, and I'm going to go date, and I like this one. It tells me the year, the date, and the month. It drives me a little crazy, but you can choose the one you want. I just wouldn't go with this big one, it just takes up too much room. And I'm going to say okay. So now, if I want to put in 12-SEPT-16. There you get your September 16. But right now I'm just going to delete that. So that is most of what we have done here. So we're going to look at a few more things. All right. So now what I want to do is to make life easier for you is to get you to put in a few comments, one comment for each of these T ledgers. Okay, so all the assets, I want you to go right click, insert comment, and I want you to say for all assets, a debit, the left hand side is an increase. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go Control C and right click, insert comment, Control V, and right click, insert comment, and Control V. Now, this stuff gets a bit confusing back and forth knowing where to put things. So these comments will be really helpful to you when you're doing it. Now, for liabilities, it's the opposite. An increase goes on the credit side. So we're going to put one on the credit side, which is the right side. We're going to go right click, insert comment. I'm going to say credit increase. And then I'm going to copy. Control V. And right click, insert comment, Control V. Now, owner's equity. Owner's equity, the credit is an increase, just like liabilities, because they're on the same side of the balance sheet. So you go right click, insert comment, and go Control V. Now, owner's drawings kind of works the same way, but when your drawings, you're taking out. So here, we're going to put it on the left-hand side, and we're going to go insert comment, and we're going to say debit, enter, is a decrease. Then we're going to go to revenue, and revenue, we're going to do credit is an increase. So I'm going to go right click, insert comment, C. And then expenses, go in debit is an increase. So we're going to right click, insert comment. I'm going to type debit increase. And then I'm going to copy that and Control C, right click, insert comment, Control V, right click, insert comment, Control V. Now, you've got a very good template which will be super useful and save you tons of time to not have to do this over and over again in Microsoft Excel. So we're going to save this in our templates, labeling the tabs for the sheets, and then when you want to use this, all you got to do, highlight it and go Control C, and you can paste it into your assignment. Now, make sure that all of these comments have your name on them. Thanks for watching. the credit is an increase, just like liabilities, because they're on the same side of the balance sheet. So you go right click, insert comment, and go Control V. Now, owner's drawings kind of works the same way, but when your drawings you're taking out. So here we're going to put it on the left hand side, and we're going to go insert comment, and we're going to say debit, enter, is a decrease. Then we're going to go to revenue, and revenue we're going to do credit is an increase. So I'm going to go right click, insert comment, and I'm going to go Control C. And then expenses, go in debit is an increase. So we're going to right click, insert comment. I'm going to type debit, increase. And then I'm going to copy that and Control C, right click, insert comment, Control V, right click, insert comment, Control V. Now, you've got a very good template which will be super useful and save you tons of time to not have to do this over and over again in Microsoft Excel. So we're going to save this in our templates, labeling the tabs for the sheets, and then when you want to use this, all you got to do, highlight it and go Control C, and you can paste it into your assignment. Now, make sure that all of these comments have your name on them. Thanks for watching.